Hello, all. Welcome to your card of the day for March 13th, or whatever the date is, wherever you're at, whenever you're watching this. This is going to be for the next 24 hours from whenever you're seeing this. We're going to shuffle here and we're going to see what is coming up here for our lovely friends in YouTube land. And your card here is the Eight of Swords. Not surprising. Not surprising. Yesterday's card of the day was Ace of Swords. An Ace of Swords is when we have epiphanies and we have solutions. What happens? What happens to go from Ace of Swords to Eight of Swords? What happens every single time? The negative ego. The negative ego hates change, even when the change is positive. So right when you're about to do something that's going to totally change your life or that's going to improve your circumstances, negative ego comes down on you hard and starts telling you all of the reasons why this isn't going to work or why you can't do it by yourself. That, oh, well, yeah, that's the solution. Oh, yeah, that's the solution, but you're not capable of carrying out that solution by yourself. Or you're gonna need somebody to do this with you, right? Negative ego will say and do whatever it needs to say and do in your thought process to keep you from taking action and to keep you from taking steps, because it hates change. So you have to remind yourself, you have to be present with your thought process. And when you catch yourself thinking these self-defeating thoughts, you have to say, whoa, I must be really close to a massive breakthrough right now because negative ego is coming down on me hard. I must be really close to changing my life in a really big way. That negative ego is coming down on me so negatively. Now, the Eight of Swords comes up when there's things we're wanting to do, there's changes we're wanting to make, but we convince ourselves that we can't do them by ourselves. We have to find the right investor. We have to find the right partner. We have to find the right friend. We have to find the right spouse, right? We can't move until we know where our soulmate is. Well, guess what? Your soulmate is going to be wherever you feel called to go, okay? Not the other way around. We don't pick where we're going by where the soulmate is. You're going to be called to the place where your soulmate is, because you guys are similar vibration. You guys are vibrating at the same frequency. You're going to end up in the same place. You're not going to miss out on love because you moved to the wrong place. That's not going to happen. But that's the kind of thinking with the that's the kind of thinking with the Eight of Swords. It's this limited thinking, like I can't do it, or I'm going to choose the wrong thing, or I can't do it by myself. It's something that, I'm not going to be any good at. And so we start praying for the right helper to come along. This is where it's dangerous. Like attracts like, and energy attracts energy. When we're in the Eight of Swords vibration, best case scenario is we're going to attract another Eight of Swords person. And they're going to be looking at us to be the investor. They're going to be looking at us to be the solution finder, or the one that's going to, fix things. And we might get into arguments at some point. That person might say to you, you know what? I really resent the fact that I'm always the one that has to come up with solutions. I'm always the one that has to figure things out. And you might say, hello, excuse me, wait a minute. You're always, putting everything on my shoulders. You're always dumping everything on me. You're always expecting me to figure it all out. I don't know why you think you're the one figuring it out. And now you have two people who are bickering, who can't get along, and who aren't getting anywhere. Worst case scenario, I just gave you best case scenario. Worst case scenario is you will attract some type of opportunistic person who is seeing this as an opportunity to get into your pants, or to get into your pockets, or to get into your pockets through your pants, or simply just to have power over you. Simply to have someone that they feel like you're under their control. You're under, they can just kind of like manipulate you in some way. That is the worst case scenario. So we need to come out of Eight of Swords energy. This does not mean that you are meant to do everything alone for the rest of your life. This does not mean that you're not meant to have a spouse, or that you're not meant to have investors, or that you're not meant to have a business partner or people to collaborate with. It just means that right now you're breaking out of some icky energy. And if you're looking for a partner or a spouse or an investor in this little icky energy territory, you're not going to be happy with the results at all. You want to get out of the icky energy territory to a higher vibrational place, and then you can have collaborations and investors and partners and a spouse or spouses or whatever floats your boat, my darlings. But it's going to be outside of the current energy. You got to get it outside of where you are right now. Okay? It's kind of like, think about it like in nature, right? If you think about it in nature, and if you're somebody who lives in the hills, you'll see this happening a lot. Or if you live like near like a wildlife area, if the opportunities are scarce, right? There's not enough food or there's not enough water, the animals will spread out into other territories. They might even go and check out the residential neighborhoods and see what's going on. That swimming pool looks awfully good. Somebody's pets look awfully tasty. They might even wander into the residential places. Or you might hear, like if you're camping or in the wild, hey, we don't normally get wolves out here, or we don't normally get bears out here, but you know, they're out here because they're looking for food, because it's been kind of scarce this season. Animals will do that. Animals will be like, oh, it's slim pickings around here. And they'll go and they'll look around. They'll look around until they find a place and they say, oh, this is a good spot. This is going to be somewhere where I can find what I need. And we need to do that sometimes. But with the Eight of Swords, we're scared. We're wanting a person to come in and do it with us or lead us out of there. But we're not going to find what we need and what's going to sustain us until we leave that territory, until we leave that energy. Okay? The things that you think are problems are actually solutions, and it's time to just get moving. There's nothing worse than staying in one spot, and there's nothing worse than closing our eyes and putting ourselves in a vulnerable situation. She's in a lot more danger staying like that than if she were to shimmy out of that rope, pull that blindfold over her eyes, and get moving and be alert and see what's around her. Maybe even grab a couple of the swords and yank them out and take them out for tools or protection, or heck, sell them and get some money. Right? She's not as stuck as she thinks. There's solutions here. But if she allows herself to be in this powerless energy, she's a sitting duck. Don't be a sitting duck. There's no reason for you to be a sitting duck. You're too powerful for that. Okay? You might want to check out the weekly forecasts. You might want to check out the love readings for March. Those are linked in the description of the video. Private readings with me you can schedule through the link in the description of the video, calendly.com/amethystangelite. I thank you all for watching, liking, sharing, commenting, subscribing. I'm wishing you all a wonderful day ahead. Take care and be well, my dears.